This is my review of the TopDon TC002C Duo thermal imaging camera, which I think is a really nice entry-level imaging device for recording bats. Now, it's not going to give you the imaging quality of a higher-end device, but it's also not going to break your bank the way that one of those would. So where I would see this useful is if you're not recording too many bats at a time, like a meiotis emergence where 1 or 2 or 3 bats are coming out at a time. Also, where you know where the bats are and they're not too far away from the camera. So I'd say about 5 to 10 yards or meters away would be an operational distance. That's going to depend on the background temperature for using this. But I have been able to use it to good success, and under the right conditions, I can get just as accurate results using this as a device that costs 10 times as much or more. I have a brand new TopDon TC002C Duo thermal imaging camera here, which I'm going to unbox. And this one is brand new. So you can see what it looks like coming out of the box. It has pretty nice packaging. And this is a little case that it comes in, which is pretty solid, robust. And you can see the camera here. The camera also feels pretty solid. The USB-C port is relatively strong compared to other devices that I've seen, and you can see the lens right there. It's kind of recessed, so pretty nice build quality. I like the case that it comes in, and there's some nice little accessories here. There is an extension cable, so you can connect that remotely to a device and have a little bit of extension. Or normally I would actually use one of these and just have it connected directly to my phone or my tablet. But this is nice that it comes with these little USB-C extension devices. So then if you have a case on your device, you can use that and you don't have to take the case off. And then it also comes with a nice little lens wipe here for cleaning the lens. So overall, those extra little things and the build quality, I'm really happy with, especially at the price point for this camera. I also purchased a dedicated phone so I can use as a recording device. This is the Moto G Power 5G, which I got on sale for $130. I had already opened this one, and this is a pretty decent quality phone. If you already have an Android device, then you can just use one that you already have, but I wanted to have dedicated recorders and kits that I could use for recording. So you can see how we can just use that little extension device here in the USB-C port, connect our camera. One thing to note is that the app that comes with the camera has some issues. At least on my testing, I was only getting about 15 frames per second, meaning that it was dropping a lot of frames. And when you're running it through Tracker, that means it's going to often miss the detections, and it also compresses the video in such a way that you can miss a lot of bats. So I would definitely recommend using the Tracker Recorder app that's free for all users currently on our website. So please check that out. This has a note that once you have the Tracker Recorder software on there, you can just automatically have it open up. And you can see the interface. So I've optimized the Tracker recording software to get as close as possible to a continuous video stream, and it gives you some options you can see here for adjusting the contrast and the brightness, which is really helpful in the field for being able to optimize for detecting bats. So this has what I would want in the entry-level camera for recording bats, including a 256 by 192 resolution. Now, that's not as high as I'd like it to be ideally, but that's pretty good for a camera at this level. It does record at up to 25 frames per second, and the imaging quality is quite good. So with the lower
resolution of this device, that does mean you're not going to be able to detect bats as far away, and also the amount of detail in the detections is not going to be as high compared to devices with higher native resolution. Now, that may not be a problem if you know where the bats are and you're within reasonable proximity to the bats, and also if you are not trying to differentiate them based on the images. So with this, you're going to have fewer pixels to be able to see the bats. That means you'll have less ability to potentially differentiate them if there happen to be other animals like birds or even insects in the frame. In conclusion, I'm really happy with this as an option, and I'm going to be sending these out as kits to people if you want to get your own. It's about $230 on Amazon for the TopDon. If you have an Android phone or tablet, you should be able to use that, or you can get a budget-friendly phone like this one for maybe $100 or so, either refurbished or even new. So at that price point, this is going to make it a lot more affordable for more people to use this for surveying bats.